Welcome! Well, I've got a bulky and rather heavy package here, and it stands need to be heavy because there is multiple records in this. Yes, it's a brand new vinyl record haul. I've got this particular order from a site that I've used before, but they've had a rebrand in the past 6-9 months or whatever it was. Dig Music is the name of the site. I think the online store address is something like store.thisisdig.com. I'll put the exact URL in the description. But the site used to be the Rhino Records online store, and they just rebranded some time ago. And I have used Rhino before, so technically this isn't the first time I've used Dig, but it is the first time I've used them since they became Dig. Anyway, there is 2 albums in here, including a very special box set. That's like the star of the show here. And also 3 12-inch singles, all brand new. Total price, the exact price I can't remember, but I know it came to over £115. Yes, that's a lot. But the reason I've spent so much is I wanted a box set that's also an album in here. That was the main thing. Then there was another album that I wanted, and then I realised that if I spent over 100, I would get 4 months interest-free credit with PayPal. So I got some, not impulse purchase 12-inch singles, because they will fit in my collection. But you'll see as I get it open, and let's see how easy this is to get open. It's not taken very long at all. Plenty of postal delays for various things in the run-up to Christmas, and also, you know, the world being on fire and so on. I do have my trusty yellow knife, so let me have a very quick slice here. We are getting in there. So that's going to be my box set. There's also an invoice here. Will that tell me my total price? But it's actually a return slip. And we've also got another mailer here. So I'll show you what's in here first. Like I say, the box set is the expensive and item that I've been wanting to get. I've been umming and ahhing about it for about a year now. But I'll show you what's in here first. There'll be 3 12-inch singles and an album. I'll just take it from the top. First thing I've got to show you is a 12-inch single, £8.99. In fact, there's 3 of these that are just 2-track 12-inch singles, all £8.99. I think they had £1 off on the site. And it is Joy Division, and it is, of course, I'm trying to figure out which one this is, because it doesn't actually say on the front. It'll be Transmission, this will. Yeah, it's going to be Transmission by Joy Division, their debut single. This is the 2020 180-gram vinyl re-release. As you know, I'm a massive New Order fan, therefore I'm also a Joy Division fan. It's essentially the same band. I have these singles multiple times, really, not in this kind of form, but I have got a Joy Division CD singles box set, which is a really nice item. I got that about 4 years ago. And a lovely collector's piece that. I was looking on the Dig site just to get my order up to over £100, and the only thing that I thought would fit my collection was these re-released 2020 remastered Joy Division 12 inches. So Transmission, can't remember what the B-side is, I might put it on screen. Yep, there we go, not a lot to look at. It doesn't even say really who the act is, but of course we know. Does it say on the spine? Yes, it does. It says Joy Division Transmission on the spine. You probably can't see that hardly, but trust me, it does. Right, next one is the one pretty much everyone knows. Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. Single release, just updated, reissued for 2020. But this is how the original 12-inch single would have looked from back in, that was around April 1980, I think this originally came out. So 40 years old now. Although this wasn't on the album Closer, an album which I've got. It's very dark. I find it difficult to listen to be honest. But it does have very similar artwork to Closer. Closer, of course, also got a reissue this year in like a clear format. I was briefly tempted Same with Unknown Pleasures, when that got a reissue on ruby red vinyl a couple of years ago, and that is already quite expensive to get on the second-hand market now, and I imagine closer the clear vinyl edition will be as well soon. I do have those albums on CD, and I've got all the tracks on box sets and other things as well. So last Joy Division single here is Atmosphere, and it does tell you the B-side on here, She's Lost Control. Atmosphere, beautiful track, that one of my favourite sort of almost synth ballads, I suppose you could call it, albeit in a sort of post-punk, almost industrial sound, I would say. Joy Division, I think that's the route they may have taken had Ian Curtis not taken his own life in 1980. I think they may have gone down sort of industrial electro route, really. Always lovely Peter Saville artwork. Having a slurp of coffee as it's early. Well, early-ish. Right, so on to the albums, and this is one that I've been wanting for a while. I used to have it on CD. My brother used to have it on cassette. He was listening to this all the time, or parts of it. I had this on CD for a few years, and then I sold my CDs again, sort of mid-noughties or whenever it was. I wanted to get this album back in my collection for a long time, as I'm a big fan of this rapper. And of course, this is Life After Death by the Notorious B.I.G. So it's a 3 LP set. This was originally a double album, so it would have come out on 2 CDs, 2 cassettes, but this is split out over 3 discs. But I won't bother opening it. There's no sort of really fancy and snazzy discs in here. It's just standard black vinyl. Don't even know if this is a remaster. It'll sound good, because things generally do sound good when they're analogue. I love this album. There is some filler on it. It's bound to be when it's a double album, but this was one I've been wanting back in my collection for years now. Finally got it back in my collection. Possibly a gatefold sleeve, this. I do like this hype sticker, but I wish they'd stick the hype stickers on the actual sleeves. But I bet some people wouldn't like that, so you can't really win. You can't please everyone, can you? Life After Death. Notorious B.I.G.'s second solo album, and this would have come out shortly after he died, or shortly before he died, I can't remember which, but I'm really happy to have this. And we'll stick with Notorious B.I.G. for the start of the show. Now then, this. I have been debating whether to buy this or not for, like I said, about a year or so, and I think this has been out probably about nearly 2 years. It's been catching my eye so often. I've just not wanted to pay the price, because this cost me $63.99, I think. That's a lot for technically one album. By the way, Life After Death, that was I think $24.99. It wasn't on sale or anything, but $24.99 for a triple disc album, I think is pretty reasonable, especially when it's brand new and sealed. This is kind of an indulgence here. Interestingly, it's like it's come double boxed. Those Funko collectors out there who'll be watching this because they like to support me in whatever I do will appreciate that. Yep, it's double boxed, but an unusual box that as well. Right, let's get it open some more. Careful not to dig in too deep. I mean, it's not worth the money really, even with 20% off. I mean, this, its full price should be about 80 something. It's not worth 80 odd. It's not really worth 63 or whatever it was I paid. But it's just such a nice set, and I've actually finally got this now. It is Notorious B.I.G.'s first album, his debut album, Ready to Die. But it is this special, I think this was a 25th anniversary edition, and all the tracks on the album are split out over 9 7-inch discs. It's a bit like how albums were released, like at the very start of when they switched from shellac over to vinyl, and you could either get sort of a 12-inch size album, this would have been sort of the late 40s, early 50s, or you could get, and they were designed to be used on record changer equipment, you could get like a sort of book. That's why they call them albums, as it derives from the sort of album meaning a book of a collection of something. You could get sort of an album split out over multiple discs that you'd all put down on a record changer. So it's a shame I've not got a record changer for this. but it's really a collector's piece. But this is his debut album, Biggie Smalls, Ready to Die. Wow. I'm just really happy I finally got this, because every time I've seen it, it's been on sale a few times. It's never really had any more money off than what I've got it for. I don't think I've seen it lower than sort of £63, £64. I'm going to get this open and get it out of its cellophane, because I think there is some coloured discs to show you in here. Plus this is the one that I want to listen to first anyway. Nice glossy box here. Trying to determine how exactly this opens. Alright, kind of opens from the back. Wow. I mean, it's just a really, really nice set, this. I mean, I can't really show you every single disc, because that's just going to take too long. I think it's got a booklet with sleeve notes in, which looks like what this will be on top here. So, really nice little booklet. And now then, interestingly, all the discs are actually the ones with the bigger hole. Now then, this is more common for American releases. This is, I think this is like a worldwide issue, this. I think this is the exact same box set with all the same catalogue number and everything is actually out in America, Europe, blah, blah, blah. But interestingly, this does have the larger holes cut out in the 7-inch singles, or the 7-inch discs here, as it is an album rather than a series of singles. I thought it would, but I wasn't entirely sure. Lovely image at the deep end of the box there as well. Let me try and show you some of these discs here. Try and find one that is called... Ah, well, here we have a white one, look. This is the one that's got the intro on it, and then Things Done Changed. I think the rest will be a mixture of black and red, I believe. In fact, I think I might have spotted a red one. And you've all seen a black vinyl record before, so I won't show you that. Oh, well, it's actually, to my eyes, that's more pink. I think when this has been filmed with my lighting and everything, it will look red on camera. But to my eyes, that's a kind of dark pink verging on red. But then when I hold it up into the light, it's this sort of quite bright day-glow pink. But I think technically it's classed as red. This disc, by the way, on side A, Gimme the Loot, side B, Machine Gun Funk. If you know the album, then you'll know what's on all these discs here. Yeah, I really want a record changer now, as those did tend to have, particularly in America, the big thing where you'd sort of stick 8, 9, 10 discs all at the top, and then they'd slide down one by one. There's a great Tech Moan video about the early days of pop albums and format wars and stuff like that. I'll try and remember to link to that in the description, as he just goes through sort of this sort of thing and the origins of the formats and things much better than I can, certainly. But that is fantastic, that. I've just realised I can probably borrow one from one of my other 7-inch singles, but I think I'll actually need a adapter to put these on my record player because of the larger centre hole. That's fine. I'll either borrow one that I know I've got for one of my other 7-inch singles with a larger hole, or I will just buy a new one, as they're like something really daft, like 50p each or something, from most kind of record equipment websites. But that was the star, really, the expensive item in this little haul that I bought for myself. Ready to Die, the 25th anniversary 7-inch size box set. And of course, not forgetting, very good value, £25, second album, Life After Death from Biggie. And although I didn't need them, but they will go nicely in my collection, the Joy Division singles here, Atmosphere, Love Will Tear Us Apart and Transmission. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vinyl record haul, all brand new from Dig Music, formerly Rhino Records. They're all owned by Warner Music. As I've said before, when I've done unboxings of records, they all seem to come from like the same parent company, certainly the same dispatch place anyway. Thank you to all of you, my wonderful subscribers and patrons. Of course, what else am I gonna go and do now But once I've found the centre hole adapter that I need, I'm going to put ready to die on and be jumping up and down sort of about 18 times to flip over side A of disc 1 to side B, and then disc 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. So that'll keep me fit, if nothing else. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next epic record mail opening. Cheers, everyone. See ya!